All right, how's it going, everybody? I'm back after a 10-month hiatus. So we're here with Tim. Again, this is Veterans in Beer, episode 42. Tim's probably going to say that I was gay the whole time that I was gone, but that's not the case.
Whatever.
I don't know, I kind of got lost touch. I did one with my daughter back in September just because she wanted to do a September 11th tribute, and she was all shy, but this motherfucker's not shy. So,
I kind of told him he needed to get back into it. I think it helps a lot of veterans, and from the positive feedback that we received over the weekend, different organizations, different folks, I think it was time to get back to something a little more normal with the world that's going a little crazy right now.
absolutely. Before we get started, we're going to do what we always do, and cheers. Got some Australian whiskey, so. But first, I want to start off kind of recapping the past 10 months, and Tim can kind of do the same, but it's been a long 10 months. Part of my hiatus, I think the last one that I did was in May. Right after that, I lost a really good buddy. Tim didn't know him, but he was a mentor to me. And then a couple of months ago, I lost another mentor to me. And it's been kind of down in the dumps a little, but it's one of those things where it makes it hard sometimes. And I didn't want to do this because I just felt like, why? But this weekend, we had a very good event that we did. And Tim brought it up to me and I don't want to say call me out in front of people, but
No, I did.
call me out in front of people.
Absolutely.
And I just felt, he's right. Again, this is episode 42, and you can see all the people that were on it before, and they enjoyed it. They want to do, others want to do it. I already have a lineup of people, and I'm excited, all because of this guy. But that doesn't mean that it's just going to be me and the what's your why. It's going to be this guy talking. We'll be doing some episodes on different things, different topics, especially with the climate, as he mentioned. So without further ado, let's get started.
All right, so we just had our hike was this past weekend. It was our 11th annual Irreverent Warriors hike here in Tucson for the team. We had a great turnout. I think it was about 120 to 130 people that we had. Didn't really expect a lot because the numbers weren't there in the beginning. We were like, okay, we need to push this, we need to push it. And then just like everything, every plan in the military, it comes together at the end. Everything falls into place. And then we just kind of figure out, okay, cool, let's get this thing done.
Yeah, I think we were at 60 people 2 weeks prior.
Yeah.
So at final registration, I think we were at 130. So it just goes to show, and everybody was excited. Everybody had a blast. With that, we had some pretty good guest speakers. The invocation was Chris Killingsworth, and that dude's got a phenomenal story.
I enjoyed his testimony.
I am going to have him on the podcast. He is excited to do it. He actually said it was his honor to do it, and he's got a story. I don't want to give it away, but he's been through a lot. He's been through hell and back. And then we had Colonel. I'm going to let you do this.
So it's Colonel Whitmer. Call sign is Roscoe. He's my current commander at AATC here in Tucson. I wanted to get him out as a guest speaker because I wanted to see the commander's perspective, and I wanted everyone else to hear the commander's perspective. Him and I had some conversations prior to the hike. He was honored to do it. When I told him it was a no-brainer for him, he was like, absolutely, I'll do it. Tim, what do you need me to talk about? What do you need me to say? I was like, Roscoe, you're a great talker. You're a great speech giver. I believe you, whatever you're going to say. So having him there, giving the perspective from what the commander sees, how it affects the airmen from the top down, and trying to take care of the lowest level airmen from a commander standpoint. I think that just showed everybody that they are human and they are here to help.
Yeah, it was great. Great speech. And then we had Aaron Wilson. Aaron Wilson is a retired Master Sergeant in the Air Force who was a HH-60 crew chief, and he was green feet. I mean, if anybody in the community knows, that's rescue, absolute rescue through and through. We actually, as we talked briefly, we actually crossed paths. Yeah. He knew some of the people. He knew my buddy that passed away, 10 months ago. And I didn't know who he was, but we knew the same community because I deployed with that community as well to Iraq. He was in Iraq constantly. He was in Afghanistan constantly. And, it's just crazy how small of a world it is. And you meet somebody and you're like, holy shit, we know the same fucking people. And old boy just passed away 10 months ago. And we kind of, bonded off of that.
I think when you deploying with that community, I deployed with that community in Afghanistan to Camp Bastion, and it was an experience for me because it was a little different being outside of the ammo realm. I mean, yeah, I was ammo, but I was one of 2 ammo troops that was on the crew. They had a 42-man crew, not including the flyers and the PJs and everyone else. So we got to know each other well, seeing those guys every day, going out and then flying, coming back, making sure they were good to go, knowing exactly what they did and the stuff that they've seen and, what they're dealing with now or some of the things that they have tried to get help for, I guess I would say now.
Yeah. And then, as we're going through this and we're renewing it, this weekend was one of those weekends that kind of put life back into us. Right before this, we were talking about some pretty heavy stuff and some things that really, really, hit home. And we're here for each other. And that community of 120, 130 brothers and sisters definitely shows. I keep getting messages from some of these people.
I think that, we did talk about a few things off camera just to kind of figure out, what we're going to touch on today. But I really think that a lot of the things that people said, I know we talk about on hikes to where, hey, just get to know someone or get to talk to them. You never know what their story is. You never know what you could say to them to help them through their struggle. Because if you've been through it, it might be the words of encouragement that they need to push them forward. And I think that happened a lot this weekend. Even with myself, just hearing some folks' stories and just talking to them about some of the things I've been through and some of the things they've been through, I think we were on that similar wavelength, and it was like, okay, just made me think a lot and, try to push through some things that, have been weighing on me over, I'd say, the past couple of months, I guess, because everything gets heavy after a while. You just got to go talk to people and let some of that burden go.
Yeah, and as we were discussing, we keep busy. We keep busy to mask our own things that we have going on, but then it does come crashing down sometimes. So, please, if you have the opportunity, go see somebody, go talk to somebody. Moving forward, I do want to thank the volunteers in the committee. Like, holy shit, without them, we wouldn't have had a successful hike. Everybody did a phenomenal job. We didn't have very many incidences. We had one person get hurt, and then another person, if you know, you know, but fuck you, Pedro.
Seemed to have been the theme on that one.
Yeah, but that's all right. I mean, everybody has heard me on this thing fucking plenty of times, and they know that I don't hold back, and I hope that everything gets resolved with that, and we can continue to that individual can continue to be a part of hikes, because we don't want to hold anybody back from it.
Yeah.
But overall, the hike was successful. We did 6.1 miles.
Yeah.
And 120 veterans and a lot of stories, a lot of enjoyment, happiness, and overall just a good, fun time.
Yeah, weather was nice. I think that getting started, I was a little tired and everybody's like, oh, you're not so cheerful. I was like, well, I was on a plane all day yesterday. I'm sorry. I'm not exactly cheerful right now. I was like, I will get there with you guys. I'll be there, just making sure. I was like, I just got to wake up a little bit and, get my feet up under me because I'm still on East Coast time. So, I'm trying to, power through and I'm up at, 4 for no reason. I'm like, oh, man, I got to go hike. Why am I up at 4? But I think overall, just being around all the people and just seeing even the community, the Tucson community, there was a lot of people stopping and asking questions like why we were doing this, what was our cause, and then we told them what the cause was, and there was a lot of people who, stopped me because I was in the rear taking care of the safety and everything else. I had one lady come up and stop me and just, thank me and thank the group for what we were doing because she lost her son, and it was important to her that what we were doing. She loved what we were doing, and it just kind of helped out.
we hand a lot of cards out, and we tell people about our mission. I mean, we yell out our mission quite often, and it makes a difference. I think when we went through the University Boulevard, there was quite a bit of people that stopped, and there was people actually clapping for us and pretty excited to see us doing that. Surprisingly enough, we didn't see any cops. I mean, I didn't deal with any cops. Volunteers, I don't think, dealt with any cops. We have an audience too, so.
I didn't see. Actually, yeah, thinking about it, I didn't really see any cops. And, I don't know where they were hiding at, but they didn't bother us, so we were good.
Yeah, we weren't creating any ruckus. Not that cops needed to come to. So we're probably the wrong crowd to fuck around and find out. But we were all calm and having a good time, and quite a bit of drinking too, which was good.
Stayed kind of sober on this one.
it was the after party, huh?
Yeah, I was too tired to I was like, man, I'm good, bro. It's 90 degrees out here. You guys go ahead, drink all you want. Give me some water.
So, for those of you guys who haven't done a hike, some of my friends that watch these, I've challenged you guys to fucking do these things. And I say this because it does make a huge difference. It does create an impact. We had probably 15 new hikers on this one. And with those 15 new hikers, every single one of them said, I wish I knew about this sooner. Well, whether you wish you knew about this sooner or not, you're a part of the community now. Come and enjoy. Come have tons of fun. I was one of those 2 years ago. You were one of those 2 years ago. We did the hike together for the first time. And we volunteered to help out with it. And it made a huge difference. And we're committee members. Being a part of the committee, me being the head, Tim being part of the committee, has actually helped us build that network of people here in Tucson. And I feel like it can continue to grow. Now, maybe I should say this on camera because I haven't actually announced it yet, but I am stepping down. I'm stepping down from this role and passing it on to somebody else. Not because I don't want this role. This role is stressful and fun, but because it is very time consuming and I have other plans, as I'll make mention in a little bit about. But please, if you have the opportunity, take the time to come out to one of these. I mean, it's going to take a day out of your life and you're going to make some lifelong friends. I've made a lot of lifelong friends. I mean, one of the people that I'm going to bring on here who is hesitant to even be on camera like this is Luis, the guy that used to run IW here in Tucson. And he is absolutely opposed to doing this interview. I already told him he's going to fucking do it. He's trying to get me to go to a local bar and do it there. I already know his intent there, but we're going to get him here.
I told him to do the live stream from the buffet. I think it would be it'd be pretty awesome because you got the buffet as this dark bar in Tucson. If you know, you know. And just the crowd that's in the buffet. I think it'd be awesome, but that's just me.
We'll see about that. I want... the thing is, I want Luis. I know he'll feel comfortable there because he'll take a couple of whiskeys and shots and stuff. Yeah. But I want him to be here in comfort and not be hesitant to say things that he wants to or needs to. But then another shout out is Leslie, his daughter. His daughter did a phenomenal job. She was instrumental in everything happening. There was a lot of backstage things that she did that made it possible, and then all of our people that donated and gave us things.
Oh yeah, a lot of the local communities that donated to us. I mean, I don't have the list in front of me, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys because it made our lives a lot less stressful figuring out how to get things, where to get it from. It was just there. It was like, no, we got you. It's okay. I mean, I tried to get donations and things from folks and mine was a little unsuccessful, but that's okay. I don't fault those folks, or I'm not going to come at them or whatever. I'm not going to look down on them or think they don't care about the veterans because they do. It's just trying to get through their processes and through their widgets of getting the donations and getting the things that they can provide for us. So.
Then another big thing is this community. I don't think people quite understand, but I think there's 120 chapters worldwide, and we had people coming in from Salt Lake City, Boise, California, Tennessee, New Mexico, Nevada, Vegas, and other places, numerous places around the country, Texas, plenty of Texas people, and this community is really big on taking care of each other. If you have the opportunity, like, again, I'm going to continually say it, go to those hikes. The Texas hikes,
Phoenix.
top notch. Phoenix hikes. Phoenix
about
hikes
Phoenix?
coming up.
Yeah.
Perla. She's got a hike coming up in October 20 something. Please look out for that. I will post it. With this to let you guys know, hey, this is where I'm going to be in that time frame. I'm not missing that. That one's a good one. That one's always a good one. But I'm making the Salt Lake City hike. I think Tim's going to join me on that one.
And I'm trying to get into the Emerald Coast hike right now. It just depends on a little bit of travel. We kind of had it planned out, worked out. We got to figure some things out if I can go there or not. But if not, try to do the Salt Lake and get into a few other hikes on the West Coast if we can.
I think in a year or two, I want to do the Normandy one.
It would be nice.
That would be nice. They got a Normandy, Germany, England, and Italy one, I think.
And also, don't forget about the Puerto Rico hike.
Oh, yeah. That one's always a good one. That one kicks off the year every year. We are not, I don't want to say we aren't representatives of IW because we both have been doing it for some time. But we're not core staff. We're just the local coordinators within our communities. But we feel pretty passionate about it. And this is why I wanted to bring it here and let you guys know. I probably should have, if I wasn't being, what'd you call me, gay? If I wasn't being gay, then I probably should have done one prior to the hike to let you guys know to come on out. But I think whether I did it then or now, I'm giving you the information for next year, and I'm going to continually post it. You guys are, the majority of you guys, probably all of you guys are on my Facebook, Tim's Facebook, whoever else this is going to reach, the IW Facebook, the big IW Facebook, and then and Instagram. And I want to make sure that you know that please join us. Please join anybody. Even if you don't know anybody there, by the time you leave there, you'll know like 20 people, at least. And that's where the beauty is, because it's not just going out there and having fun, but it's having resources to fall back on. I've had individuals from these hikes message me saying, hey, I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard day. And that's what we're trying to do, is make this community, not have to suffer as much. It's hard because we've all lost somebody. We've all lost somebody to this exact thing. I mean, they say 22 to 44 people a day, veterans, commit suicide, veterans in active duty. That's way too many.
I think one of the things that kind of stuck with me, and I was talking with Roscoe the other day about this, and it holds true, and I told Pedro prior to starting, was this is a community of a lot of people that can help each other. We can't just lean on the VA because we know the VA is not going to take care of everybody and everything. So what we need to do for each other is take care of each other. I know we say it all the time, we'll take care of each other, but if anybody calls, I'll answer. If I don't answer, I'm either sleeping, in the shower, whatever, I'll call you back. I feel like a lot of people in this organization, in this group, will do the same thing, a text message, a phone call away. But it is true, we always have to take care of each other. Just like we're in the military, this is the after military part where we continue to take care of each other because we want to see everybody be successful, and we also want to see everybody live long lives. And we don't need the harshness that they're going through sometimes to take them out, or to feel like that's the end-all be-all for them.
And we also don't want those individuals that are currently in, I say veterans often, but veterans include those that are active duty right now. With the climate that we're in, with the war that we're in, I mean, you just think, how many, what is it, the death toll is up to 20. But those 20 have friends. Those 20, there's other individuals that were there around them. Those 20 know people. And that's where people go into that mindset of, what the fuck? That's where we need to be a community together to be able to reach out to them, to talk to them, or when they need somebody to lend an ear or a shoulder, be out there. That's the most important part. We want to be there for each other constantly. Again, like Tim said, a phone call away. Please message, text, do whatever you need to.
And I do think that's important. I think we often get busy in our own lives and we lose sight of what our real mission is outside of like the job and family and everything else. I mean, the mission has never changed for us. It's always take care of your battle buddy, your wingman, you know, whoever. That's what we're here for. That's what everybody's here for. We signed up for something to become a part of a group that only 1% of America or less is a part of. So you think about that out of 340 million people. I mean, we have to take care of each other.
Yep, and it's constant. It's constant, and you meet people randomly. You meet people at the right time, and when you meet those people, please just bring them in, reel them in. Those of you guys who've watched and have been a part of these hikes, bring somebody new to them every year. I mean, I try to do that. Some people just don't want to. Luckily, you know, Tim joined me, and then there's other individuals that I met, and then there's other people that I brought in. But you know, we want to make sure that it comes easy. It comes natural. I mean, here's the thing: is nobody knows the military, or nobody knows a brother and sisterhood better than the military, than veterans. I was explaining this to a coworker as to why veterans are so close. There's several veterans at work, and we all kind of congregate and we have, you know, discussions on things, and it's random stuff. But other people try to, you know, kind of get into our conversation, and we're like, you don't fucking belong here. We don't tell them that, but you don't fucking belong here, right? Yeah. But part of the reason is, you know, we've all gone through a basic training. We've all gone through being away from home. We've all, you know, if you've deployed, you've been with people that you don't know. But by the time you leave that place, you know them, and they're like a brother or sister, and you fucking either really love them or you really fucking hate them, but there's still a bond there. There is absolutely a bond there.
Yeah.
And what carries forward through that is now whenever you meet people who are a part of the brother or sisterhood, that bond just comes natural. Easy, absolutely easy. And you see it and you feel it. I mean, there's a guy at work now that, you know, he just found out that I was retired. And we connected, and he's like, "Hey, dude, let's go have lunch. Hey, dude, let's go do this." And I'm like, "Dude, I can't. I'm busy." But we're gonna make time to where him and I can go have a beer. And he, you know, was out of Davis Mountain, and he's just like, "Hey, you know, I want to run stuff by you." He said he hasn't had an opportunity to really have civilian friends that he could talk to. I've known him for a few months, but I just found out that he was military like a week ago. And you know, like, I mean, you and I, you know, we kicked it off by a buddy, or like a really great friend from both of ours, you know, and it's an instant click. It's an instant thing.
I think for me, I got it a little easier than you because I'm surrounded by veterans. You know, my whole crew that I'm with, whether I travel with them, our day-to-day conversations, you know, I'm thankful for those guys because you know, it is a bond. We talk shit to each other. We're able to joke with each other. We're able to have a drink with each other. And I think that on the outside or the civilian world, because I did that portion before, there's not that bond and there's not that camaraderie that you have there because they haven't been through the same things. We bond. I mean, it kind of sucks. I mean, you know, we bond over trauma sometimes because we had to be in some deployed locations, or we were all in Korea, you know, in a gas mask and everything else, or you were just at shitty bases together and you're able to laugh about all that stuff all at once. Or we just rag on each other for being different services, whether it be Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Space Force. I don't even fucking know any of those guys. Coast Guard. I think I've seen
two people.
One or two.
Never in these hikes. Never in this hike.
They're like where's Waldo? It's like seek and find when you try to get those guys.
I mean, it's kind of the Space Force as well, too.
Yeah,
so,
I don't really know a ton of those guys either, but, you know, it's all the same thing. We can talk to each other, and we're able to have those conversations with each other, and it's just easy because we have a lot of things in common, whether we want to say it or not.
A lot of the veteran community, you know, you're on duty 24/7. And you see these guys no matter what, especially once you become a little higher ranking, you have that duty that you have to take care of everybody. A lot of people in the civilian world will never know that. Once they leave their job at 4 o'clock,
That's
They
it.
they don't need to know anything about their job and or the person that's sitting next to them. They don't have to worry about life or death issues, but we do. We did, and we were a part of a structured chaos. That's what I'm
Yeah.
going to go with. It's a structured chaos, and that structured chaos, has led us to be the way we are. High functioning, motivated, ready to do things. At the same time, we're like, fuck this. I don't want to do this shit. This is dumb, but we get it done.
I think to that point, it just makes sense because I've said this a number of times to a lot of different people. I missed the chaos because it made you feel like you were doing something, and I think that a lot of the veterans on these hikes, they missed the chaos as well. I mean, yeah, now we're calm or whatever, but like that little bit of chaos that just happens, like when we're at our normal jobs now, like that shit doesn't bother me. I don't even care. Like the small things, I'm like, all right, cool, here we go with this shit. But I think we do miss a little bit of that chaos because it kept us going and it kept us, focused on what the mission was, and it kept us having a purpose. So when we get out and we're in the world right now, we have to find these organizations like IW that give us that little bit of chaos, that little glimpse of chaos that we had. It just excites all of us, brings us all together, whether it be over a drink or, us ragging on each other or telling jokes or just listening to each other's stories on, what you did in the military, how was life, what shitty base you were stationed at. I mean, I don't know anything about that. I was at some of the best bases in the world. I mean, I had to say it. Somebody's got to say it. I'll say it, I guess. But I think that's what it is. Like the little bit of chaos just keeps us going.
But he said something very important there. I've made mention about this several times in the past couple of weeks about sense of purpose. I feel like sometimes I don't have a sense of purpose at work. You still have a sense of purpose at work because of your mission and what you're doing. My sense of purpose is way different. I know there's a little bit of chaos, but in my line of work, if a part gets missed, fuck it. Fuck it, right? If my boss heard me say that, she'd be like, what the fuck? But in his line of work, it's way different. It is way different. And this is where I feel like I lack a little there because I want that again. But I also know that.
Yeah, that comes with a little bit more. But, I think that, yeah, if something goes missing with us, yes, it's that chaos of like being back in the military again, where like, hey, where the hell is this? What happened? Who broke something, or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, it's us being able as veterans to stay calm in those situations and get it fixed quickly and move on. Because for me, we still make the mission happen. A lot of these other veterans still make the mission happen. And being in these civilian jobs, sometimes I think we lose sight of like you said, what is our sense of purpose here? I had that before where I felt like I didn't have a purpose in the job. And I understand that a lot of veterans might be going through that. We talked about it on the hike with a few veterans, their jobs and everything like that. We just we all want that sense of purpose. And it's one of those things you can't beat up enough.
Yep. And your why. We said it several times throughout the hike, and there was a couple individuals that said, holy fuck, I completely forgot what my why was until you guys made mention of it. And I bring it up. I mean, you guys have all seen my podcast of what's your why. There's a reason why I asked that question, because sometimes I have to remind myself randomly, like, hey, you know your fucking why. You know where you need to be and why you're there and what you're doing. Yeah. And throughout the hike, it was several people, even one of the guest speakers was like, I forgot what my why was. I had to remind myself what my why was. And that makes a huge difference. That goes along with the purpose. That goes along with what you feel internally. Right here. Right here is what you get from it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, remembering what your why is and being able to tell that to other veterans and help them understand what their why is. Now, I think that's just very important to remember. And it's also very important to keep that in the forefront so you continue to move forward and you don't lose sight of it. when things get bad for you, you just have to go back to that same thought. What is my why? Why do I continue to do this? People need me. I need to be here. This is the purpose. And just keep going with that.
And don't forget that your why changes. Everybody's why changes throughout time, throughout life. At 18 years old, my why is way different than what it is now. That was like 10 years ago for me. That's what we're going to go with.
I didn't know we were lying on this one.
No, but at 18, my why is a lot different than 46. A lot of life events have happened. Shut the fuck up. Hey, look, I got one of those patches. I got one of those fucking old guy patch, fucking old guy hiker, you know. But it's changed drastically. It's changed from 18 years old, I wanted to go serve my country, and that was my why, to now, like, I just got a. I'm not saying the puppy's my why, but my daughter's, you know, my kids are my why, especially, and she's like, Dad, we want a puppy, and here we are, right? You know, like, what the fuck? Why's changed drastically, but you have to have that. Everybody goes through that. You can't stay with the same why. You're always going to adjust. You're always going to be there to. It just evolves. It evolves with your life and what you're doing at that moment in time.
So on that, with, you know, our veteran hikers and remembering what their why is, and, you know, I think that we have to remember that because of the current climate that we're in is pulling us in a lot of different directions, and there's a lot of different things that people can get hyper focused on, and there's a lot of different, you know, misinformation out there. And I think us as veterans need to, you know, kind of be there for each other and kind of hold each other accountable. Like, hey, man, we can't go chasing stuff that we have no control over. I understand, you know, being at war again and, you know, everything that's been going on in the States, whether it be immigration or, you know, folks dealing with ICE and everything like that. I think, you know, it tries to divide us. But we all have to stick together, and we know that. I mean, that's the veteran community. We know we have to stick together, because when shit goes south, we will be together.
And it's crazy. I'm glad you brought that up, because there's a couple of people on Facebook within the community that we were just in, and they have complete polar opposite views than I do. I don't hold it against them. I understand that everybody's going to have different views no matter what, and we still shared some laughs, took some shots, you know, had some good conversation, you know, had some deep thoughts. We're people, we're humans. We understand that this is where we're at in life. Nobody's ever going to have the exact same opinion. I mean, whether you ingrain it and brainwash it into somebody, or you're just a passerby, there's going to be difference in opinions. But that doesn't mean you're less of a person. That doesn't mean that you're, you know, that we need to just keep you away. No, you're one of us. We need to bring you in and say, hey, you're going through hard times. Hey, I've been through those hard times. Come here. Let me help you out with things.
I think on that point, you know, like you said, we all have different opinions sometimes about different things. But for me, I think I've gotten older, and I've started to realize that I can disagree with you and still go have a beer with you. I don't have to agree with everything you say. You don't have to agree with everything I say. That's fine, because we all are human. We all have our own opinions. We all have our own thoughts. But at the end of the day, like, I'm going to treat you no different than anyone else because you have a different opinion. I'm going to go have a drink with you. We're going to share some laughs or whatever. Or I'm going to just talk shit to you about whatever service you were in that we were better than you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the 2 or 3 or 4 things that's probably going to happen. So
It's true. We're talking about all you Marines and the Navy and the Army.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, not sorry.
But that's all right. But that's what we're here for. I think a couple small little other topics.
Well, one is, you know, a new start to a new organization, I would say.
Yeah. I did say that I was going to talk about something previously, and I'm stepping down from this role. As I said, I'm passing it on to somebody else. But I've created my own nonprofit. I've paired up with a buddy of mine who's retired, who also was in a previous episode, and he opened up a distillery. I probably should just say it, O Pueblo Distillery, because I'm going to have him on here as a distiller, as a retired master sergeant, as my buddy John. But he asked me to do something. He knows how passionate I am about the veteran community. He knows how passionate I am about homelessness within the veteran community, but about mental illness or mental health, not mental illness, mental health, and about what we do for our community. And so I opened up a nonprofit to kind of complement him. We're going to be working together, but resources have just already fallen into my lap without me even doing anything. And that's the beauty. I just met somebody who's going to be on the podcast, but he's a counselor, he's a pastor, and he's got plenty of resources. So we're going to build something together. Tim's going to be a part of the team. Whenever fucking Luis gets on this thing, Luis is going to be on this team. But we want to build it and grow something together for our local community. If it goes further than that, great. But we want Tucson to have the resources and work with the VA. I'll never bad talk the VA. There's a lot of things that I don't care for within the VA community. The fact that they try to take away some of try to redo our claims and everything else. That, whatever. Whether they did that or not, we're still here for them. They're still here for us. And I will never bad talk the VA. There's points that I don't like, but we want to still take care of the same thing.
Yeah,
there's
taking
still
care of veterans.
Way too many veterans out there that need this help.
And to your point, you were talking about homelessness. Another point that Roscoe and I had a conversation about, he's like, there should never be a homeless veteran, right? And I couldn't agree with him more, because you look around in the different communities around the states and you see, homeless vets or whatever. To me, it breaks my heart, because I wonder what led them to that, or how did you get here? Was it an addiction problem? Could, the VA help with that? Could, just a phone call from a friend, or just having somebody there to help you get through that? Would that have helped them kind of not be in that situation in life?
And why did it create that? Because of the traumas.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be realistic. A lot of these addictions come from the trauma, from the not being able to sleep, from the not being able to deal with the pain. And we have to do a better job within ourselves, within our community, to take care of that, and combat that and get rid of it. We're never going to be able to get rid of it. Sadly enough, people are going to do things. People are going to do what they do. But if we can help 1, 2, 10, 20, 1,000 people, I mean, is it not worth it to try? Because that's what it's about, right? I mean, that's what we ultimately want to do. Go ahead.
So, with that, it's sad sometimes to see all this stuff going down, with our veterans, and you see them around the VA, and you've heard the stories about what has happened with some of these veterans going in and ultimately taking their lives because they thought that was the last resort. I think for us as an organization, whether it be IW, whether it be this organization, any other organization that wants to help veterans, I think it's our duty to make sure that we're helping as much as we can, because we are in a better position to be able to help. So why not? That's us taking care of our brothers and sisters. Like I said earlier, it doesn't just stop as soon as you take off the uniform, like, oh, I'm done, whatever. It's sad for me to see it, but I think that there are a lot of things that can be done. I think that if we had more resources, which we can build, we can get toward, and we could take care of this community and kind of put a roadmap out there for others to take care of their community.
And if you know people, I've said this before in my podcast, if you know people and you want to reach out and connect and have that conversation to where I bring them in and have a seat with them, whether, if they everybody has a story, put them in this seat and let's talk about that story. because you know what? It's not just for that person. It's not for me. It's for that person. And it's not just for that person. It's for their family. It's for their friends. Because a lot of people in this seat, once you start asking those questions, a lot comes out from them.
Oh yeah.
And you definitely see them light up. I how many people have I interviewed where you see them light up and you're just like, holy fuck,
Yeah.
like that's legit. Like you just got raw, and you hear the stories of, oh, I completely forgot about that until I didn't. But then it also translates into what their why is and why they're doing it. And then it can lead to more. Hey, I want to start helping. Hey, I want to start doing. Hey, I want to start being a part of this community to be bigger, broader, better, you know?
I think another thing that we were trying to get off the ground, and I think we will. Matter of fact, I know we will. My whole health counselor, we had a conversation one day, and we were talking about like how to help veterans. And she told me that there's a program with the VA and connected me with the folks, and I got Pedro connected with them. A lot of these veterans, they need that second chance. They want that second chance, but maybe they don't have the money to go buy the clothes for the interviews or whatever. So the VA actually takes in clothes for veterans to where they can take these clothes, they can take whatever they want clothes wise, and go in and have something nice for an interview. I know we all got clothes that we don't wear, not in, we bought them. We may have worn a shirt one time, like, oh man, I haven't seen myself wear that shirt in 2-3 years. But that shirt or whatever pair of pants, that could help one veteran get a job, get his life back together, her life back together, whatever. So I told my whole health counselor, I was like, you know what? I have so much stuff that I've already purged. And I told her, I was like, one of my goals for the year was to get rid of a lot of things in my life that I didn't need, that didn't really serve me any purpose. So I went through and started like purging clothes, and like if anybody knows me, I'll buy a t-shirt or some jeans or some shoes or whatever. And sometimes I just don't wear that stuff anymore. So now I think it can be used for a good purpose or an excellent purpose. And we want to get other veterans involved in doing this because we're all different sizes, as we all know. But that just gives this veteran, whether it be male or female, that extra step, or like that, hey, we got your back, we got your six on this.
To those of you who are LCs out there, local coordinators at other hikes in other cities, I tried to implement this here this year. Did it a little late, but tried. They got some clothes, but I feel like they didn't get enough. For you LCs that are out there who still have a hike coming up, try to get your local community to implement that, to find somebody in the VA who's a resource for that. If we need to, we'll send you the information, and then you can reach out to ours so they can reach out to whatever VA you're at. And get a bin out there and get some good clothes out there for veterans who need it and who can actually utilize it for job interviews and get that second chance, that third chance, whatever chance it is. But it could be that chance that they need to get back on their feet.
Because us giving it to Goodwill, I mean, not that I have anything bad to say about them, but that's not helping our community. That's what we're here for, to help our community.
Yep, absolutely. I think we've kind of hit our topics for today.
Covered a bit.
Quite a bit. I want to say, first and foremost, to the IW community, thank you very much. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. I know this was a kind of a restart, a reemergence or whatever for myself, because he still says that I was gay for 10 months or whatever, but whatever. But it's a reemergence for myself come back, to come back to this. But I have done a lot with this community that I want to thank the community for allowing me to be a part of it. I'm stepping down from the role, but I'm not stepping down from the mission and what we do. I'm still going to be a part of it. I'm just not going to be the lead coordinator. So I do want to thank, Ed and Mike and everybody else. Thank you. Like, I really appreciate it. Matt, Chrissy, I want you to know that I'm still going to be a part of it. And I want you to know that this is a great organization. They do some great things. But with what we're building, what all of this is coming to is that I want to be a resource for this right here, for IW, for Irreverent Warriors, so we can all make it better. We can all do what we need to do to bring these veterans together and have an amazing time and take care of each other.
Absolutely.
So
Thank you. Like you said, thank you to the IW community. Thank you to Tucson IW. Thank you to Phoenix IW and all the other coordinators who were able to make it out. Really, it meant a lot to us, and it's been great being a part of this. As he said, I'm still going to be a part of it as well. I think that this mission is too big to not be a part of. I would feel some type of way if I wasn't a part of it, because I enjoy it just like everyone else does. And I enjoy meeting new people and new veterans and hearing new stories and going through everything and, maybe being able to help or them helping me through whatever I'm going through.
yeah. As we close out, for those of you guys who watch, please share it. This is important stuff. We're going to come out with more topics. We're going to have more guests. We might have a guest in the middle and talk. I do want to refine this a little bit more. Tim's kind of pushed me, so he's definitely going to be a prime guest. And thank you to everybody who watches. Those of you who are already my subscribers, I really appreciate it. I apologize that I didn't get out there, more. I have my reasons behind it, but I'm back. And what I'm doing in this nonprofit, what we're doing in this nonprofit, is going to allow me to bring more people into the seat and tell their stories. Because some stories are fun, some stories are heartbreaking, but there's so many stories out there, no matter what, that we want to share with everybody. No matter how big or how small that mission is, we all made it happen.
I think with that, till next time.
Till next time. Cheers. Love you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Again, this is episode 42, and hope to see you guys soon.